異変を見逃さないこと。異変って異変を見つけたらすぐに引き返すこと。
こっちじゃない。
異変が見つからなかったら引き返さないこと。8番出口から外に出ること。
Hey guys, so I just watched Exit 8 on Saturday, so a few days ago. It came out on the 29th, I saw it on the 30th, went to the theater, did the whole thing. It was actually packed, probably fully booked. There are kids everywhere, a lot of kids. I was very surprised by that, but I guess it makes sense. It's a movie based on a video game. As far as the game goes, I did play through it a couple of times. I picked the game up for the Nintendo Switch, and that's where all the footage you're seeing is coming from, the Switch version. I think I picked it up on sale for maybe $2 or $3 at most. Played through it for a few hours, beat it a couple of times. Fun, nothing too crazy, not that amazing, but a decent game. But when I found out they were making a movie based on that game, I was really surprised because anyone who's played that game knows, yeah, once you know what you're looking for, it's a game you can finish in a couple of minutes, if even. So I was a little bit surprised. It's also a game in which there's maybe no dialogue at all. There's no characterization. There's really only one character, and you never find out any details about this character. So I was really wondering, how is that going to translate to a feature-length film? And I'm going to get straight to the point. I liked the movie. I liked the movie more, yeah, maybe much more than I liked the game, in fact. And it's a surprisingly good adaptation of the game as well. Of course, I'm going to keep the spoilers to a minimum, but I will mention a few things. Like the opening of the movie is actually shot in first person, and I thought they did a really good job of recreating the feeling of playing the game, the loop, the initial loop. When compared to the game, there is a little bit of setup in the movie. It's not anything substantial at all. But in the game, you just kind of start in the station and that's it. You're off. But the movie sets it up a little bit. I guess I don't even need to say what the setup is. But yeah, we spend about, I would say 2 minutes. Maybe 2 minutes. 3 at most. Little bit of setup before you're immediately in the station and it's exactly what you think it's going to be. I guess for people who have played the game, I would describe this movie as like your worst run, basically. Or maybe your first run where you're not really knowing what to look out for, you're not paying attention to the right things. Because in reality, I don't think most people's runs would even last as long as this movie. And there are basically no set changes, there are no other locations. It's exactly what you got in the game. There are a few small changes, but nothing worth mentioning. And the entirety of the movie takes place in that loop. There are a couple of cutaways, like, I don't know, flashbacks or flashes outside, but very brief. I would say that takes up like less than 1% of the movie. And I mentioned the intro is shot in first person, but yeah, about 2 minutes, 3 minutes into the movie, we pull out and we can see the character for the first time. It was cool while it lasted, but I can understand why they chose to do that, because there are quite a few times, like a lot of times in the movie, where they want to show the viewer the anomaly, but they want to show you that the protagonist is missing it and not noticing it, and it wouldn't have worked in first person. Another thing they did that's quite different from the game is uh, some of the, and if you played the game, you'll know what I'm talking about. Some of the anomalies from the game they're here in the movie, but they're not really characters, but they're more fleshed out than they were in the game. Some people might like this, others might find it a little bit annoying. I thought it was interesting, and quite frankly, I thought it was necessary because I don't think you could get a full movie out of that game without spicing it up a little bit. And I liked what they did because they're basically creating everything from scratch, other than the looping station setup. I mean, there's really no story to go off of. I don't think they did very much, though. It's never explained what's going on or why it's happening, and the character really doesn't get much of a backstory. He's just in the station. So I think they tried to be really faithful to the game, and they were successful. As far as what I loved about this movie, and this is as close as I'm gonna get to spoilers, there's a scene in this movie with rats, that's all I'll say, and it was very over the top, but I loved it. Yeah, actually the visual effects in this movie are really good. I guess it probably wasn't an expensive movie because it takes place in just one location. There's some minor changes here and there, but yeah, the few times that they have to like go crazy with the anomalies, they really sold it. It was very convincing. Looked great. I also thought the choice in music was good. Like, the music in the movie is pretty good. Considering the game doesn't really have any and they had to take some liberties, it all fits really well. And like I said before, I really liked the opening, and not just the first person bit, but I liked the context that we were given. Like, the setup was pretty good, and I also loved the ending. The ending is probably exactly what you're imagining it is. That's as much as I'll say about that. As far as the stuff that I did not like in this, I think initially when the looping starts to happen, it takes a little bit too long for the protagonist to kind of react. Like, he's distracted. Okay, there's a setup and he has pretty good reason to be distracted, but he does the loop like 3 times before even really noticing that it's happening. It takes him a minute to even notice, and then it takes him another minute to even take it seriously. My only other complaint is, yeah, for a movie based on a game that's like so short, so simple, they left out some of the coolest, in my opinion, some of the most iconic anomalies. Like, there were so many that I was expecting to see, and they did not appear. I want to say almost everything in here is in the game. There are a few surprises, but yeah, there were a few that I would have liked to see, like, in a live action movie that they didn't do for whatever reason. And that's about it. Overall, I actually really liked the movie. I thought it was really good, really well done, great adaptation. I hope, well, maybe they'll do Platform 8. I can't imagine. I feel like that might even be a better movie, to be honest. I do think it's hard to imagine if this is going to be a good movie for someone who's not played the game, because just like the game, it's not really a horror movie. I mean, there are a few scares, I guess, but it's more like a thriller, more so than the game, even. And for me, a lot of the enjoyment really came from just noticing stuff from the game, seeing stuff from the game in live action. So I'm not sure how well it will do like in the mainstream. As far as I know, though, this movie is going to be released outside of Japan at some point, probably with subtitles, I imagine. And I would say if you like the game at all, definitely watch the movie. If you like Japanese horror, I think it's unique. It's different. I'd say it's probably worth watching. Yeah, yeah, I would go see it. Yeah, it was good. And that's basically all I had to say about this movie. It was a good movie, great adaptation. You should probably watch it. But thank you for watching this far. If you have, I got Rats Volume 3 coming out pretty soon. I don't know if that'll be the next video, but it's in the works. But thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like. Join the Discord. I'll link that. Take care.